This is Dr. Breen, Examinations Officer at Campbell College, and in advance of the November examinations I felt it was important to send you out a short PowerPoint to reiterate some of the rules and regulations for the examinations. I will also be taking some time to come to your classes over the next week to just reiterate some of these. You should be aware that your examinations are taking place on the 26th of November, 29th of November and the 2nd of December. You have received your timetables well in advance of this, and you should be aware that they are all morning examinations and as such will start at 9:15 sharp. In preparation for the examinations, there are a few things that you should be aware of. We are encouraging all students to take a lateral flow test in the 24 hours prior to the examination. If it is positive, the student must not sit the examination and they will have the opportunity to retake it later in the year. Even though that will be disappointing, it ensures the protection of other students. Students should also ensure that they have the correct equipment that they require to sit the examination. They should have at least 2 black ballpoint pens, pencils, erasers, ruler and calculators if required. You can bring these into the examination hall in a clear, see-through pencil case. If you're bringing water into the examination hall, it must be in a bottle with the label removed, and it must be in a clear bottle. No other liquid is allowed within the examination hall except for water. It is also imperative that you do not have any mobile phones, watches or electronic devices in the examination hall. In previous years it was just smart watches that weren't allowed, but the rules and regulations have changed and no watches of any sort are now allowed within the examination hall. If you are found to have any of these devices within the examination hall, the normal procedure is that you would be disqualified from that examination. So please leave them outside the hall in a safe and secure location. You already have received your timetables and please ensure that you arrive at the correct time and on the correct day. As I have said, all examinations are AM examinations and as such they are all morning ones for the November series. Year 11 students should assemble outside middle school in the area just in front of the front door. Year 12 students should assemble in the dining hall from 8:45 on the morning of their examinations, and they should wait there in a quiet and orderly manner until they are brought up to the examination hall. Entry into the examination hall, you should find your seat and row number on your timetable. For example, A3 would mean you were in row 3 or row A, seat number 3, and there are signs across the examination hall to help you with this. You will be asked to come into the examination hall in an orderly fashion, and normally what we do is bring everybody in row A in first, then row B, etc, etc. If you're unsure of your seat number, there will be seating plans around the dining hall area that you can check prior to coming up to the examination hall. Please sanitize your hands on entry into the hall and ensure that you do not have any unauthorised material. You should wear a mask on entry into the hall, and again when leaving the hall, although you are allowed to remove it when you're seated and undertaking the examinations. During the exam, it is important that you remain seated at all times. If you need to get the attention of the invigilator, you raise your hand and wait until they come over to you. You do not try and communicate with others in the examination hall, as this will be reported to me as the examinations officer and I will have to report it to the examination board. You will get regular times checks within the exam hall and in particular 5 minutes before the end of the exam. You need to remain seated and invigilators will start the process of collecting the papers. Once all the papers within your row have been collected, the invigilator will instruct you as to when you can leave, but you must not move from your seat until you've been instructed to do so by an invigilator. You are allowed to leave in a quiet and orderly manner, and please do so because some other students may still be working because they may have extra time. Finally, once you're finished and have left the exam hall in a quiet manner, you should go and have your break and then go straight to your period 3 class. Most examinations will finish at about 7 minutes past 11, and we would be expecting you within your period 3 class by 11:30, except for those candidates who get extra time. This is slightly different whenever you have 2 maths papers back to back, but you would be expected to attend your next class as promptly as possible. If you have any questions or queries throughout the week, please see me. As I said, I will be coming to your maths and English classes throughout the week just to reiterate some of these instructions, but please come and find me in B3 if you have any concerns.